We've pulled off the unthinkable and got a 3-0 sweep in the MLB. Let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to talk some more MLB action, and thank goodness we got a sweep. We needed some help, that's for sure. 3-0 day. The RBI prop is still going on, the quarter unit play. But still, the Phillies, what a comeback win. But we'll go over that recap in just a little bit. Just a reminder, these videos have a ton of research help for you guys. It's a lot more than just the best bets. I get a lot of messages of people finding winners in the good hitter matchups or pitcher report or K matchups, whatever it is. My goal is all those hours I spend trying to get that to you is to make sure you guys use that and also save you guys a lot of time, because I know not everyone has a lot of time to research all this. So just want to point that out. We got a ton of info for you guys, including who's on fire again today. So quick reminder, NBA Best Bets video is out now for the 2 Friday playoff games. I have a 1-unit play in each game. So any graphics you see in this video, you know where they are from. The awesome app called OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Use this every single day. If you guys want to try it out, click the link below in the description. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. And I got an MLB fun fact, and I'm telling you, this is huge, guys. This is information that you really need. Let me just say that. Barry Bonds walked 2,558 times in his career. That equates to 230,220 feet down the first baseline, which is around 43.6 miles, roughly the distance from San Francisco to San Jose. You are welcome for that info. In this video, we're going to recap a nice day yesterday, and then we're going to go over the good and bad hitter matchups. Who's on fire? Finally got to it today. And then we're going to talk the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the entire 15-game pitcher report, and then finally get to those best bets and wrap it all up with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. I appreciate you guys every single day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Really come join this awesome community. We got a positive community, a lot of people in the Discord also. If you want to join that, the link is below. Completely free to join, giving out winners there every single day. So let's get into it. And that means it's recap time. All right, for the last time this week, because Ryan is coming back this weekend, my beautiful face is not in the corner, I know. But anyways, 3-0, Phillies money line, -132 half unit. They were down 5-1. Bryson Stott hits a 3-run Jimmy Jack. It was beautiful. And then at the top of the ninth, they got the job done. They got the 5th run across, got into extras, ended up winning 7-6. Matt Strahm made it very sweaty for me, like he usually does. He lost 2 bets for me last year, but either way, they got the job done. Trey Turner, Freddie Freeman. Turner clutches up in the 9th inning with a double. Absolutely huge. Or 8th inning. I forgot what it was. But Freddie Freeman got the job done with a single as well. And then Casey Mize over 16.5 outs. Nice, easy winner there. 6 innings pitched. Less than 90 pitches, actually. So that's what we got. And then Freddie Freeman, it'll be done by the time we get this video out. But I'm recording this half of the video during the game. So it hasn't happened yet. They don't have any runs. So but anyways, that was just a quarter unit, just trying to get some Freddie Freeman action there. But there's the overall record, down 3.99 units on the season as we look to go on a little hot streak. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the hitter matchups. All right, we got 17 good hitter matchups for you today. I'm not going to go over every one, but we got some big names up here. Starting with Manny Machado, 9 for 23 off Senzatella. How about your Yastrzemski, though? 7 for 15 with 5 extra base hits off Chris Paddock. Then you got Vlad, 4 for 13 off Castillo. All the way down to the red-hot Freddie Freeman, 6 for 12 versus the lefty Eduardo Rodriguez. And then you go down to Enrique Hernandez, his teammate, 5 for 11 off Rodriguez. Ozuna, 3 for 10. Over there on the right side, Michael Harris, 4 for 9 off Bailey Falter. Corey Seager, how about 6 for 9 off the best pitcher on the planet? That is insane. Off Tariq Skubal, his teammate up there, Jonah Heim, 3 for 10 with the home run off Skubal as well. And you keep going down, Marcus Semien, 3 for 7 with Skubal. So we got some guys at the top of that order that actually have success versus Skubal in that one. But then we got Cal Raleigh, best hitting catcher in the game for the Mariners, 3 home runs off Kevin Gausman. So that's what we got for the good hitter matchups. Now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. And we don't got many, just 7 of them. J.P. Crawford, 2 for 14 with 5 Ks off Gausman. Lindor, 2 for 13. Then we got Soto, 1 for 11. Tyrone Taylor, 1 for 11. And then all the way down, you got 2 more Seattle Mariners. 3 of them on this page. Not ideal. Leody Taveras and Mitch Garver, they are combined 1 for 20 against Kevin Gausman. So hopefully this helps you get some winners, especially those good hitter matchups. And now it's time for Who's on Fire. All right, here is page 1. We do this once a week. every week. And what you got to do is have 20 or more at-bats and 340 average or higher in the last 7 days, and you make this list. This is just to tell you guys, to kind of give you an idea of what's going on around the league, some players that are just on absolute fire. I mean, you see it. We got to start with the first one. Fourth from the bottom, Trace Sweeney, 542 average for the Tigers, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Then we got some other guys we know about. Freddie, we've talked about him over and over. Maikel Garcia, 458 as the Royals. As you can see, Vinny P up there at the top, 345. They're trying to pick up their offense finally. Buxton, 391. And then Lourdes Gurriel, 348. Manny Machado, how about 435, along with Stephen Kwan there in the middle also at 440. So, again, this is to kind of help you out with hitter parlays, bases, home runs, RBIs, whatever it is you want to do. But that's page 1. Let's take a look at page 2 now. And, we got some usual guys like Corbin Carroll, Rafael Devers, who doesn't like to be a ball player and play any position his team wants him to. He doesn't make enough money, I guess, to do that. But anyways, that's another story. Shohei Ohtani, 364. Arias, 429. Myers for Houston's really swinging at 476 with 8 ribbies also. So anyways, that's what we got for the Who's on Fire. Now it's time for some strikeouts. Okay, here are the first 2 pitcher strikeout matchups. And again, this is the high strikeout pitchers versus high strikeout teams in the last 3 weeks. It doesn't mean go bet it. It's just to give you guys some more info. And then we'll obviously see where the lines are and stuff. But Tariq Skubal versus the Rangers. Texas, 7th highest K percentage versus lefties, 24.6%. Skubal, he's a stud, 48 Ks in 40.2 innings. He faced 2 other high K teams in his last 2 starts, 11 and 8 Ks versus Baltimore and the Angels. Slightly higher K rate at home where he is here, 31.3, but he's a stud anywhere, 29% on the road. And then slightly higher K rate versus lefties, not a surprise, 32.5 compared to 29.2. And then the second one, Oscar Mayer at the White Sox. White Sox, 4th highest Ks percentage versus righties last 3 weeks, almost 24%. Meyer, 47 Ks in 39 innings. I'm going to give you a warning on him. He had 0 Ks his last start versus the A's, 6 and 14 before that. So he was rolling. You guys know I'm a big Max Meyer guy. But let's face it, the last couple starts have not been great for him, getting hit quite a bit. But still, for the most part, other than last game, he's still been striking out guys. Lower K rate on the road, also 25% compared to 30.5% at home. And then similar K rates versus righties, lefties. He does have 6+ Ks in 5 of his 7 starts. So that's what we got for the first 2. Now let's go to the next one, and it's our final one, Hunter Brown. That's right, downtown Hunter Brown versus the Reds. This is a borderline one. I'm going to put it up here anyways for you guys. 12th highest K percentage versus righties in the last 3 weeks, 21.6%. Brown, 48 Ks in 40.2 innings. And then Brown, he's been an absolute beast, if you guys don't know. I mean, he is a Cy Young dark horse, 9 Ks in 3 straight starts. The White Sox, K, easy matchup. Royals, not an easy K matchup. And Toronto, a very tough K matchup. So that is extremely impressive. His stuff is filthy. Higher K rate at home as well, where he's going to be here 34.8% compared to 29.5% on the road. And then similar K rates versus righties and lefties, both 30% or higher. So that's what we got for the pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups. And I'm going to talk about a few of these pitchers, but Patrick Corbin versus Tariq Skubal. What a freaking mismatch there. But Detroit coming off a Colorado series, just something to keep in mind. But Patrick Corbin keeps limiting runs, 2 or less earned runs in 4 straight. But I'm going to say this about Corbin. You see his expected ERA, 4.71. He is leaving 89.2% of guys on base. That's his left on base percentage. He's getting out of a ton of jams. How long can he keep that up? We will find out. We know Skubal's a stud. Bryce Elder, Bailey Falter. I mean, these 2 guys are like the same pitcher. Bad. That's what they are. Eric Fedde versus Mitchell Parker. Parker, after 5 great starts, the lefty. We've talked about how good he's been. He's gotten rocked the last 2 starts. 6 and 5 earned runs with just 1 strikeout in the last 9 innings in those 2 starts. Cincinnati and the Mets. That's not good. That's not missing many bats at all. And then Jose Quintana, the veteran who just continues to limit runs. 2.83 ERA. Going up against Zach Littell and his elite 4.9% walk rate. Then we got Jameson Taillon, a good series here this weekend with the Cubs and the Mets. Clay Holmes, though, he was knocked around last start with a season high 8 hits and 3 earned runs to the Cardinals. Other than that, I mean, he's been really solid this year. I have him on my fantasy team. It's been a great project so far from reliever to starter for him. Aaron Nola starting to pick it up a little bit. We faded him on his bounce back game, that's for sure. But 26% K rate, and you see expected ERA starting to go down now, 4.21. Gavin Williams, who's just flat out not been good, giving up 10.4 hits per 9, 13% walk rate. It just hasn't been pretty. Not the pitcher they thought they were getting. Dobbins for Boston. I don't know a ton about. It's just decent numbers so far through 16.2 innings, giving up a lot of hits, low walk rate, going up against Michael Lorenzen, one of those Royals pitchers that's just whatever to me. And then Max Meyer, we've talked about him before. Gave up 5 earned runs in 2 straight starts now to the A's and the Mariners. Other than that, he's been excellent this year. So facing Bryce Wilson, who is not good for a not good team in the White Sox. So there's the averages on the bottom. Now let's take a look at page 2. And here are the final 7 matchups. Nick Martinez, giving up 2 or less earned runs in 3 straight now against Miami, St. Louis, and Washington, facing Hunter Brown, who I have told you is unbelievable. Gave up more than 2 earned runs last start for the first time this season, and it was only 3 earned runs on just 4 hits against the White Sox. And then Jordan Hicks, how about 3+ earned runs given up in 5 of 7 starts, going up against Chris Paddock, who is extremely hittable as well. Randy Vasquez going up against Senzatella. I mean, I'm expecting some runs here. Senzatella is just not good. In fact, he's given up 4+ earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. And then Sugar, he's looking better. 3 ERA, but again, he's due to get blown up. 5.45 expected ERA. Not missing many bats. He had 1 huge K game. Good control and all that, but, he's okay. He's not as bad as I thought he was at the beginning of the year, but going up against the veteran Kyle Hendricks, who's not good, but he's been okay, I guess. Not a great ERA, but limiting some hits there. Anyways, those 2 guys have 2 of the lowest K rates on the slate as well. And then we got Sasaki versus Eduardo Rodriguez. Sasaki, same start, last 2 starts. He's pitched around 5 innings, gave up 5 to 6 hits, gave up 3 earned runs with 4 Ks. So, I mean, he's been pretty steady there. Going up against the lefty Eduardo Rodriguez, who's due for some positive regression here, but is giving up a ton of hits, as you can see. And then Kevin Gausman against Luis Castillo of my Mariners. Gausman's been better. He's really picked it up. You see a .93 whip, 2.68 expected ERA. It's gotten a lot better, and he's not giving up many hits. 5.6 hits per 9 innings. That's impressive. Against Luis Castillo, he is a guy, when you want to tail him, you usually want to tail him at home. And then Will Warren of the Yankees, who I do not think is very good, doesn't really go deep into games, gives up a lot of hits, walks a lot of guys, but does have a decent strikeout rate. Going up against Osvaldo Bido, who's very hit and miss this year. Never gone 6 innings in a start yet. Has some long ABs, sometimes can struggle with command and all that. So, anyways, that's what we got for the pitcher report and all the research help. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, bet number 1 takes us back out to George Steinbrenner Field, where the Rays host the Milwaukee Brewers. Rays on the money line -112, Brewers -108 with a total of 9 runs. I got a player prop. Give me Jose Quintana over 15.5 outs recorded, -125 on DraftKings. Half unit play for me. As you guys know, I'm still playing it safe here with these half units, but I feel good about this one. So I mentioned it with Luzardo yesterday. Until the Rays show me they can hit lefties, you have to continue to fade them one way or the other. They did get to Luzardo for 6 hits yesterday. They actually did do pretty decent against him, but again, one game doesn't do much for me. So let's talk lefty starting pitchers versus the Rays this year. 9 of the 12 lefty starters have gone over this line. The only 3 unders: Yarborough, who doesn't go deep into games; Sean Newcomb, not good; and Chris Sale. Decent job by them, but again, he's struggling and not going deep very often as well. So in fact, 6 of the last 8 have gone 6 or more innings. I just need 1 out in the 6th. That's all I need. So now, what do they do well, the Rays? Or why don't they? Why do these pitchers do well against the Rays? Well, the last 30 days, we mentioned it yesterday, 3rd lowest on-base percentage, lowest batting average in the league, 158. Guys, that's 158 higher than me. That is so terrible. Rays also have the 6th highest first pitch swing rate, helps with some quick outs possibly. And then let's talk Quintana, a veteran who just continues to pitch decent. I don't even know how, but over in 3 straight to start the season, then under in the last 2 games. But he faced the Cardinals and the Cubs. Obviously 2 harder offenses here, especially Chicago. But he had 3 walks versus the Cubs, gave up 5 hits, and still went 5 innings. And versus the Cubs, he just got rocked, and because the Cubs do that to teams, and he still finished at 5 innings, 1 out short here. So he's actually never gone less than 5 innings in any start this year, which is what you love to see. It's a great floor here. Again, I just need 1 out in the 6th inning. So other than getting rocked versus the Cubs, he's never given up 1 run in any start. So like I said, he's been pitching well. He's been limiting runs, and he did it last year, and he's doing it again this year. And pitch count, he's thrown 194, 98, and 91 pitches. He's not some youngster they're trying to save. They don't care about throwing him. I expect close to 100 pitches. He threw 91 last start because he was getting rocked. So close to 100 here. I think this line is a bit short. Wouldn't be surprised if it moves up to 6.5. So give me Jose Cuervo over 15.5 outs as my first best bet. This second one takes us out to New York, where the Mets host the Chicago Cubbies. Mets on the money line -162. Cubs on the money line +136 with a total of 7.5 runs. We got a good series here. I'm taking the underdog. That's right. Give me the underdog play of the day is the Cubbies on the money line, plus 136 on FanDuel. Half unit play for me here. So let's talk the starting pitcher matchup first. Jameson Taillon versus Clay Holmes. Taillon, he's been good this season. I'm a little surprised by it, but 3.86 ERA, 4.18 expected ERA. He's been pretty good. Low 5% walk rate, and elite 1.05 whip, which means you're not allowing base runners. In fact, here's his base runners the last 7 starts. 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, and 7 base runners in the last 7 starts. I mean, it's been really good. Not allowed more than 2 earned runs in 4 straight starts as well. And that's not just from facing easy teams, guys. He's faced Arizona, Philly, San Diego, and Milwaukee. So he's not facing the White Sox or terrible teams like that. And then you got Clay Holmes. I've talked about it. I think he's making a good transition into a starter. I think he's a good pitcher. But my worry with him is he hasn't faced a lot of great competition. His toughest matchup is the Cardinals or the Nationals. Whatever one you want to pick. Faced St. Louis twice, the Nationals, the Twins when they were struggling, the Marlins twice, and the Astros who have been struggling all year. None of those teams compared to this Cubs offense. So I don't think we've really seen, what Clay Holmes can do against good offenses yet. So in my opinion, I think based on what we've seen, even starting pitcher matchup here, offenses both in the top 10 versus righties for most stats in the last 3 weeks. Mets have the slight advantage, but the Cubs, when you get them away from Wrigley Field with some of those games with that wind blowing in and everything, they have been elite. We're talking second highest WRC plus on the road versus righties. This is over the course of the season. Number 1 OPS team, number 1 ISO power team, best overall road offense this season versus righties. So final note on the offense, you guys saw it in the bad hitter matchups. Lindor, Soto, and Taylor are combined 4 for 35 with 13 Ks versus Jameson Taillon. He's had a lot of success against this Mets team. And then you go to the bullpens. Mets have the slight advantage here, obviously. I mean, Cubs bullpen is my worry here, but at plus 136, again, we're getting a ton of value. The Cubs at least are rested. Both teams are rested, but so we're going to get the best arms from both. I just think the Cubs have a chance to get to Clay Holmes. I like what I've seen from Taillon and what he's done against this lineup in the past, so I love the value here. Give me the Cubs on the money line as my second best bet. This third one takes us out to Chicago where the White Sox host the Miami Marlins. Marlins on the money line, minus 148. White Sox plus 124 with a total of 8 runs here. I'm going with another pitcher prop. Give me Max Meyer over 17.5 outs recorded, minus 125 on DraftKings. Half unit play for me here. So, in my opinion, if he didn't struggle in the last 2 starts, I don't think we're getting a playable 17.5 line at all here. Before those 2 bad starts, he went over this line in 4 straight. The bad starts also, let's talk about it. He faced the Mariners and the A's. That's a big deal. Those are 2 top 10 offenses versus righties. They're absolutely raking right now. Meyer overall been solid outside of the last 2 starts. He's in the 84th percentile for whiff rate, 80th percentile for K rate. What I really love, he's in the 86th percentile for ground ball rate, 53.8%. That's what you like to see, keeping the ball on the ground. And then White Sox offense, 9 of the last 13 righties have gone over this line versus Chicago. And in fact, the last 3 weeks versus righties, 6th lowest WRC plus, 4th lowest batting average, 5th lowest OPS. They've seen the 11th fewest pitches per plate appearance, 9th highest first pitch swing rate. All the numbers say they're not good, but we already know that. I mean, this isn't like some breaking news or anything. I'm counting on Meyer to bounce back and dominate after 2 bad starts. I've seen a lot of pitchers do it. When they have 1 or 2 bad starts, they find a way to bounce back. We saw Nola do it. He looks like he's in good form again, but Max Meyer is a guy who I've liked this year. I liked what I saw the first 4 or 5 starts. After the last 2, I'm not going to change my mind yet. Plus, it's the White Sox offense. So I think he can go deep into this game. Just needs 6 innings. So give me Oscar Meyer over 17.5 outs as my third best bet. And that's all the time I have for tonight for recording. But I'm going to have some RBI props, maybe a hitter parlay as well in the morning, and some other bets. I really do like this card, so just be sure to check the pinned comments below on X and on Discord for any added plays. But of course, before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is, the 3 best bets so far. Jose Quintana over 15.5 outs recorded for a half unit. Cubs money line plus 136, the underdog play of the day for a half unit. And then Max Meyer over 17.5 outs recorded for a half unit, minus 125. More plays will be coming, including some RBI props in the pinned comments below, so be sure to check it out. But thank you guys for watching. As always, appreciate all you guys grinding away at the baseball season with me, leaving comments every day and all that. But hope you have a great Friday and weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.